That's amazing. We're
Sorry,
back.
I blacked out for a second. Hopefully I was getting paid to that.
No, that was not a paid break.
Oh, no.
This is not a union job site. Anyhow, sorry you guys, we lost our internet connection. It has been so crazy weird in Langley the last few days. We had a giant fire. If you are not local, we had a giant fire literally like a mile away from here, and it killed the internet connection. It like burned out all the fiber cables.
Oh, man.
And then it took a while for hydro to restore the power. So our internet has been out at my house for 2 days. So anyhow, so we're back.
Take your time though, because everybody's still on the old one, and this is going to be 2 separate segments now.
Oh, sorry you guys. Hopefully you'll find out how to pop over here.
Well, just slipping and sliding around. Have
Good
you heard
thing.
that bacon radio commercial? The bacon you can cook naked?
Yes.
Isn't it just
No.
dumb?
Yeah.
So here's the plot. So there's this girl, just comes on and goes like, finally, it's a back bacon, just less fatty so it doesn't crackle. There's a finally the bacon that you can cook naked. And she just goes off and about it, and you know, just like how it doesn't splatter, healthier and this and that. And her partner walks in the kitchen. You know what's the first thing he says?
Is that
Oh my
bacon?
God, you're cooking bacon. I'm like, it's not that you're naked or what the hell are you doing here? It's just, oh my God, you're cooking bacon. He figured the whole thing out pretty fast. And she goes like, don't worry, this is the bacon that you can cook naked. Marketing can be so dumb.
It worked
sometimes.
on you, obviously.
It worked, but it's just, like this used to be a classy thing to do. I was a copywriter. It was actually showing off to your colleagues at how creative and actually just awesome it could get. Right now, anything rides. I came across to a Granville Island brewery, and I'm going to call you out on it, a ginormous truck. And it says on it, with the big letters, it says, Granville Island Brewery. We're not on an island, it's kind of a peninsula. That's what it was riding on a giant truck.
Right.
It was millions of dollars.
It's true. But it's true.
It is true, but would you write that on it? What does it even mean?
Well, you paid attention to it. You're talking about it. They're getting a free
So-
commercial right now. Well,
Anyway.
Grandma, you could drink beer while you cook your bacon naked.
I don't cook naked. Nudity and kitchens don't work together. just so you know, we have to split food and sex. I mean, they're different kind of pleasures. Some people confuses it, but nudity in the kitchen
All right, enough
is
of
not
this.
allowed, and sitting in the kitchen is not allowed either.
Oh my
Anyway.
gosh. So this is what goes on when we're out of internet, apparently. This is how we end up where we are. So
This is how we all talk all day, just bizarre interactions of really mind-boggling.
hopefully
stuff.
you are back and you found this new
Awesome.
video feed. I'm really sorry for the problem we had, but we did lose our internet connection. So hopefully you're back. Hopefully Jenna is still with us. And Jenna can repost. Oh, she did. Thanks,
did.
David.
She's on
Thanks,
top of it.
Jenna. Jenna, the new girl. Awesome job, Jenna. Thank you very much. So anyhow, I really want to thank you guys. So many of you signed up and paid to take tonight's class. I might even cover my costs tonight. This could be like
I'm
a
gonna ask for
Christmas
a raise then.
miracle. No. So thank you very much. If you signed up to take this class tonight, I'm so grateful. We've been doing these classes every Thursday night and not charging anybody anything. And really the purpose of these classes are to keep you guys cooking and inspired and trying new things. But really it's to keep you guys engaged and here hanging out with us. And this is how we talk to people, is with food. And so I'm grateful to
We
you.
have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
We have to. We're not dead. There's a pandemic. Everybody's hurting, but we're fighting.
But everybody's eating still and
Yeah.
cooking good food at home. So I'm really grateful to you guys. Thank you for everybody who signed up to participate in tonight's class and paid what they can to join us tonight. So the recipes are in the comment bar. If you're cooking along with us, great. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. Chef's going to make everything in real time, so you'll have dinner to eat. We're a few minutes behind, obviously, because of the outage, but you'll have dinner to eat at about 6:30. And if you're not cooking in real time, I hope you have a glass of wine or a beverage in front of you, and you're going to follow along because you are seriously going to want to make these recipes when you have a chance. They're truly awesome.
It is awesome. Also, I am from. I grew up in that region, so it's just this is what I.
This is the food of his youth.
Yeah, I mean, some forms of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have questions, feel free to type them into the comment bar. We'd love to answer your questions. Like I said, Chef's going to talk a bit about changing out the proteins and doing some substitutions. But I also would really like for you to talk about cooking this food on a barbecue or if you're out camping or whatever, because all of this can be done, some of it ahead of time, some of it on a barbecue. So let's talk about that too, because it's that time of year. So anyhow, grab a glass of wine. Cheers, Chef.
Cheers.
And join us in the kitchen.
Let's do this.
Let's get cooking.
All right. Awesome. Well, let's put the booze away for a second. It's work time.
That is a good glass of wine, though.
It is delicious.
Yeah.
So, again, thanks for attending. I'm going to get started with the potato salad. Not the potato salad, sorry, lemon roasted potatoes, because it takes the longest. And I have, here is Yukon Gold potatoes. You can use yellow flesh potatoes. You can use, I wouldn't use russets. They have a bit of a thicker skins that they're quite starchy, but Yukon Gold, if you're in a pinch, Kennebec is great, but any waxy potato also would do. Okay, I poach these potatoes in the water. I usually poach my potatoes until they're fork tender before I put them in the oven. It just rehydrates them a little bit, and it doesn't tighten up and eat granular is what it is. Also, we're not after an excess caramelization here. We just want a nice golden brown. Honestly though, if you were to just roast your lemons and keep your potatoes boiled, it's equally delicious. All you want is a soft and a mushy potato, because they eat best that way. I have a little hot pan here. So also today we are cooking Aegean food, so just get rid of that tip. So we're going to use a lot of olive oil. All right? Because this is our gravy. This is we use this for everything. Like you know, the door is creaking. You just put it on the door. Your mom is upset. Give her a tablespoon.
But is this where you want to bust out the really expensive olive oil, or what?
Well, in Mediterranean, in the olive orchards are everywhere, so it's not expensive to us. So we just use it in abundance in everything. I'm going to put a nice pinch of salt on my potatoes. Okay, and then I'm going to put them in a hot pan so the caramelization starts. You can totally do this from cold. It's not the end of the world, but I'm on a short time here, and I just need to feed Angie and Dave. So they're going to start there. And to this pan, lemon is the soul of whole Aegean cooking, and Mediterranean cooking, really. I have not had gravy until I came to Canada.
Like meat gravy?
Yeah, I had no idea what it was. I'm like, this is brown. I think I had it from KFC, because they have it, but we don't care for it.
Depends where you are. Sometimes KFC is white gravy, so it's made with chicken.
It doesn't matter. Like the whole idea of gravy was really strange to me. Not strange. It's I didn't know about it. In this hot pan goes in my lemon, and on my lemon I'm going to sprinkle a pinch of salt, because lemon and salt.
Yes, please. Can you move that oil?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Lemon and salt works really, really well together.
I thought David was about to educate you on the gravy situation.
I was actually really looking forward to it. He had the manner.
You haven't had good gravy.
He had the mannerism, but
David has some very strong opinions about gravy. He's from the South, and so there's no gravy unless it's white gravy, according to David.
That's the sausage stuff, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, I love that stuff. On biscuits?
Oh yeah, that's his life. That's his food of his youth.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to eat. Okay. Now my potatoes are sauteing. Let's just boost this up all the way up. Okay. Okay. Now, second thing we need to do is going to take long. Is surprisingly is our salad. I really don't want to give the secret away, but
sorry, Chef. The lemon went in whole, right? Like just sliced up.
Sliced. I don't even take the seeds out or anything. I just like chopped it and with the rind and everything. You will still have the bitterness of the lemon, but bitterness of the lemon is actually a great, great accent. Is Doug here?
I don't know, Doug. Are you out there? Oh, good.
Doug, put a timer, sir. Timer sits around 22 minutes. I'll see you then. Okay, so potatoes are in. it's some of the best potato salad you'll ever have, I promise. Now, for the salad, my ingredients are ripe tomatoes. Just you will see them, they'll be softer and darker. And I also would like, I like buying, these are cherry tomatoes. If they're attached to wine, like the actual green part, that is the best thing to buy because the wine of the tomato has actually the scent of a tomato. The actual fruit itself doesn't carry it a whole lot, meaning that if you have the wine on top, it will have that tomato essence strongly. My tomatoes go in. I'm using a little bit of cherry tomatoes. Also, I want you to look at this as a vegetable salad. You can do this with any vegetable and it would work. This was one of my tricks that I use all my career. Rather than making vinaigrettes and dressing, I missed the tomato to cut it in half. How you like that?
Pro tip.
A lay of the booze. Anyway, you salt your vegetables before you dress your salad. They release their liquid. Then you take acid and season that liquid up to a vinaigrette level, and then you introduce oil. Therefore, it is actually the best way of dressing a salad because you're dressing the salad in its own juices.
Yeah.
And this works with mushrooms, this works with fennels, this works with cucumbers.
But if you're doing, how far ahead should you do this? If you're making your salad for tomorrow?
I wouldn't go tomorrow, but I would do this at least 2 hours.
Right.
Because everything absorbs, everything amalgamates, everything marries, everything becomes uniform and so flavorsome that it's actually quite good. And then in my family, and in all the Aegean families, you always have bread on the table. We would always fight for the leftover juice of the salad.
But if you salt it too early, the salt will just break down the veg.
Doesn't matter. You eat it like a salsa.
But the day before, it just, I mean...
The day before, I still enjoy a dressed salad the next day if it's a vegetable salad because it's like it eats like a nice crunchy slaw. But you want your, like if your vegetables be slightly softer, but it's almost eating like an instant pickle, a very fresh pickle. So it's not a bad thing. Also, in the French tradition, the salad needs to be tight. You know, no dripping on the plate. It has to, the vinaigrette has to just, but those rules and regulations, we just gave it back to France because their cuisine.
Easy.
No, they were dictating the whole professional culinary world. It's not anymore. We share information now, so we can just talk to each other. And I dig Indonesian food as much as I dig French food. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with finishing your sauce with a raw garlic like Korean or my grandmother did. So we're just learning all this witchcraft is what it is. So tomatoes are in. Now, bell peppers are optional. Raw bell peppers are not for everybody. Mr. Thomas Keller said that I don't like raw bell peppers, so the whole fine dining world has an attitude against it just because of that book. What was the book's name? French Laundry. But I do like raw bell peppers, and I'm going to use it in my salad today. But that's optional, obviously. So my cucumbers go in. Now, if you're cooking for Angie, don't do this, but well, I'm going to put raw onions in there just to show the recipe.
Live on the edge, Chef.
Just eat around it, please.
And make it delicious.
David loves them.
Yeah. I do love to, actually. I can take an onion and eat it like an apple, and it doesn't bother me, just so you know. It's an odd behavior, though.
That's why you're single, probably. Hashtag onion breath.
I'm not complaining about that. Have you heard the Michael Jackson songs, Please Leave Me Alone? Raw onions, red onions, shallots, whatever you have, whatever you can afford. And then a pinch of dried oregano. Dried oregano is so common because it's like a weed and it grows everywhere in the Aegean. So we always have some.
So, Chef, there's a couple different kinds of dried oregano you can buy. The oregano on the stem from the Mediterranean seems to have more of like a licorice kind of an anise kind of flavor. Do you have a preference to the Italian oregano, or because they're very different?
I am not that picky. No, what? Really?
Yeah, they're very different. We'll go through tomorrow. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I usually buy the ones, I go to the Middle Eastern stores, they come in a box like this.
Yeah.
And it is the actual plant.
On the stem still.
On the stems
That's-
and this and that. You just grab it. It's kind of like it was a foodie thing to just like do this, but we actually did that. That's why it's a thing. Sorry, before I go ahead, I'm going to take a large pinch of salt and I'm going to add it to my vegetables just to start to break down a little bit, okay? Not too much, and if you need a scientific approach, this, I've added, because my pinch is like that, 2% of the weight in my bowl as in salt to my vegetables. That is a great place to be if you're seasoning a salad.
So, Chef, sorry to interrupt, but this is the
Oh, you have it?
difference.
Oh,
so
damn,
we
yeah,
sell
this is
it
what I
here.
buy.
So this is it's called mountain oregano, and so this is, where's it from? It's,
Turkey.
It's Greece. It's from Greece.
Yeah,
so
sure.
this is the one that's on the stem. It's really inexpensive. This costs $3.50, and you just take it off the stem.
Really?
Yeah, it's
How
so.
do they make money on this?
I don't know. How do we make money? Okay, now it's
No, no.
$6.99.
No, we
kidding.
make money on it, but like this started in Greece and arrived here and it's $3.99.
Yeah, it's $3.49 actually.
Yeah, 49, sorry.
But this oregano has more like of a licorice note than the Italian dried oregano. They're totally different.
Yeah,
So
and so
toro-
did the Mexican oregano.
Yeah, completely different. So this is
Nikki said Mexican oregano.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this will add a different flavor than maybe what you're using at home. So it might be worthwhile if you're cooking this to grab a box of the Greek oregano and just change things up a little bit.
Absolutely,
FYI.
absolutely. Do it like the pros do.
That's right.
So my vegetables are marinated. I'm going to toss them around now. Can we see the bowl inside the bowl?
Yes.
So as you can see that shine is actually, it's already started to extract moisture. That's mostly from tomatoes now. Now, here's the thing. If you take olive oil and coat your vegetables, then you won't be able to penetrate them with the salt. So this is my trick to make any salad, but also this Greek salad, is that I start breaking them down with salt first so that they're seasoned. Then you can introduce your other liquids on top, okay? Now, my salt started to work. As you can see, my shallots are almost like wilted. To this, I'm going to add red wine vinegar. You have the proportions in your recipe, or however you like your salad acidic. Okay, now salt started to break down. Now I'm marinating my tomatoes with, my vegetables with red wine vinegar. Now this is going to slightly pickle them and season them really, really nice. Excuse me. So, when I was growing up, we didn't have vinaigrettes, eh?
What did you have? Just olive oil and salt?
What we did was just like, so there is two main schools. There's the vinegar people, there's the lemon people. And you have to pick a side. You can't just be both.
And you're obviously on side team lemon.
I'm a lemon guy because that's what my family did. And you would like really frown upon if you come across to a salad that's dressed with vinegar. I got over it because I'm a professional now. I have to do everything.
So was this like a big gang battle that went on in Turkey? Like
No, but families mock each other. It's like, you know what? You know what? Henderson's makes their salad with the vinegar. They're like, oh, they have no taste. You know, they like everything and that kind of thing. So but today I'm just going to do both, not to upset it. And this happens in the pickling world too, just so you know. Lemon pickle or a vinegar pickle. So people are pretty dedicated to what they eat over there.
oh, chef will fight you over a pickle, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I have high standards. To this, I'm going to add my olives. They're not going to break down, they're not going to do, but you know, it's just a part of the salad. Use Kalamata olives. Kalamata olives are brined olives. Olives that's been cured in brine. Unless they're salt packed like Moroccan olives. And they're delicious. It works, but today I didn't have Kalamatas. So I'm just using my mix, olive mix that we sell in the
Yeah,
store
so
as
any
well.
olive will work in this salad. Use what you
Exactly.
like in the salad, yeah.
Exactly. What you like goes that way. Now, let's start with our chicken. Should we check the oven? We should check the oven, eh?
Chef Cheryl would like to know if you've ever tried pickled kohlrabi.
I'm one of the biggest fans of pickled kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is one of those awkward ingredients. We are not used to it yet, but its time is coming. It's like a great radish or a turnip or not as moist as watery as cucumber, but pickled kohlrabi. You can just put the cubes in there or like thinly slice it in the salad. It'll be equally delicious. You could use fennel. You could use carrots, I guess, if you had to.
Cheryl, are you a pickler too? Because maybe I think this summer when the veggies are abundant, we'll do a little pickling 101 class one night. Just get people doing some basics.
Yeah, it's like pickling is like bread making. You can't just.
Yeah, but I think there's some really delicious recipes you can do that are quick pickles, you know, for burgers or sandwiches, and you can do things like that. So.
I don't teach pickling. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll teach it. Don't worry about it. Cheryl does she pickles kohlrabi and she uses a dill brine for hers.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, we could cover quick pickles. Absolutely. Vinegar pickles. I usually just lean on the fermentation side. It's kind of complicated.
He's a pickler snob. He's a snob pickler.
I'm a snob. I earned my spot. I've been pickling for 40 years. No, not 40. Maybe 35 years now?
I've been pickling since I was 4 months old. I came out of my mom pickling. I was pickled.
I like that pickle.
I was pickled when I was born. Oh, pickling, not pickled. Sorry, different story.
Oh, sorry. So I have this TV made version. Now, for this application, I'm going to use a chicken breast. A beautiful chicken breast from Fraser
Valley Specialty Poultry.
Specialty Poultry. Let's grab our knife. Now, what I like to do is I like to use 6 ounce of chicken breast. So this is chef's cut. That's the tenderloin, which I usually spare it for myself.
Oh, is that what happens to all those?
Oh, my apron is contaminated now. So now I'm going to cut this chicken breast right in the middle. Okay. Now I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to make 2 more cuts and cut it into, trim it into 6 pieces. Let's get rid of the knife. It's contaminated. Rinse your hands. Okay. Now I need another knife. Oh no, I'm going to be using these dull knives now. So to this, I am going to grab a little bowl that is right here. Honestly, anything goes is one of my favorite things because to do is go to Safeway and buy that poultry mix.
The what?
The poultry mix.
The seasoning?
No. It's just the fresh herbs.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
They have a little package that has thyme, sage, and rosemary in it. An alternative is just to walk around in your neighborhood. There are a lot of actually herb bushes around the neighborhood. As soon as you arrive one, open maps, drop a pinpoint, and don't go into people's yards and grab their herbs.
I mean, you're in the Fraser Valley, Chef. Most people have their little herb garden in their backyard, so they don't have to go poaching from their neighbors.
You don't?
But if you do, yeah, fill your boots.
Do it in style. Put a hoodie on, put the sunglasses, mask on. It's the agenda now. You won't even be noticed. Okay, so to this, I have 1 lemon. So, hey, I'm just stealing a sprig. I'm not taking it by the pound and selling it somewhere else. So to this, I'm going to add lemon juice.
So in this recipe for the souvlaki, Chef, do you always use fresh? Could you use dried herbs if you were somewhere that you couldn't access fresh right now?
Absolutely. Anything would work. And you know what? Whatever you like goes. So this is that. I added my lemon juice. I normally salt my proteins, but for this application, I am not going to do it because that tastes more authentic like that. You know, people in Aegean are not really technical. They just like good food.
So 2 cloves of garlic?
2 cloves of garlic for...
per chicken breast?
No, it's just a pinch of garlic. Or there's not a really ratio. You know, you can't over garlic it or under garlic it. So it's just a nice accent. But I like garlicky food, so yeah, sure. I usually go with 1 garlic per chicken breast.
Okay.
Okay, torn up sage leaves. Thyme, fresh thyme. Pull your rosemary. squish it in your hands a little bit so it bruises and starts to release its aroma. Nice glug of olive oil. And that's my childhood for you right there. Okay. And then this goes in the fridge. You can do this in 2 hours advance. 24 hours is the best.
So there's quite a bit of acid in there with the lemon juice. So can you over brine that, do you think?
No.
Really? Okay. Because the lemon juice will start to like break down the poultry, right? At some point.
They say so, but you know, I don't agree with that.
You're such a rebel.
You know, with the exception of seafood. Seafood will turn into plastic with this. Chicken breast has enough structure that it just doesn't go right rubbery or whatnot. But that being said, that you have to cook it right. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put this. Fennel seeds and oregano.
Dried oregano.
Dried oregano that you buy from Well Seasoned, right?
So if you're going camping, for example, you can do this on Friday or Friday morning or Thursday night. Put it in a Ziploc bag. Throw it in the refrigerator or your cooler.
Or you know what? Put it in your freezer and use them as ice packs.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing says like poultry of ice pack.
Yeah. But then you can take that and throw it on the campfire or throw it on your barbecue while you're camping.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's and what I love chicken breast. If you're, you know, on the novice side, I would say that please use chicken thighs. They will give you a little bit more moisture for
They're
your
more
man.
forgiving when you cook them.
Yeah, exactly. But I do love chicken breast. I grew up on it, and I think it's a delicious protein. You just gotta cook it right. Also, I would like to give a little shout out to people who say that chicken breast is dry. There are two types of cooks. There are people who can cook chicken breast and who cannot. Yeah, it's not animal's fault. But I will show you in a minute. I have a little bit of splatter here, so I'm just gonna flip my board. That's a pro tip for you.
Pro tip.
With the magic of TV, now I have my chicken breast. Grab a skewer, any skewer. I usually use these. These are what? 7 inches, 8 inches probably?
Yeah, so the skewer you're using, Chef, is flat. So can you take a flat one out of the drawer, an empty one? So these skewers, I mean, they cost the same amount as the round cheap skewers. These are not expensive, but they have a flat side on them. I don't know if you can see that, but the flat side prevents the meat from spinning on the skewer. So if you're cooking something like a shrimp or whatever, and they just like spin and lose control on the grill.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this has a flat side. They cost the same amount, and these are a little bit thicker, so they don't burn up as quickly. So these are
amazing.
Honestly, look for the flat-sided skewers. It's a game changer for sure. Pro tip. Look at me tonight passing out the pro tips.
Oh, she's grabbing out a bottle of wine.
That's right. Because, hey, I'm sharing it. Melanie's still working.
Chill. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm salting my protein at the very last second. Pinch of black pepper too, why not? I still have lovely pieces of garlic, and I'm going to flip it. Now, if you do not have one of these grill grates, please go and buy one. This is cast iron. You can take this and throw it on campfire. These are indestructible. You just buy one,
Do you want to stay for dinner?
and
He's
once and
making
for
lots of
all,
chicken
and use it
stuff.
for the rest of your
It'll be
life.
ready.
They're very handy.
20
The only
minutes.
thing you cannot do on these is using an excessively wet marinade. Then it will just crust and burn and get weird on you. But this is an oil marinade, so it is going to work perfectly. And then you'll put your chicken in. There's not a whole lot of science to Aegean cooking.
So it's same idea goes if you're cooking. Could you do these in the oven, Chef, if you didn't have a little grill pan?
Absolutely. Under the broiler or something high heat, obviously. Let's get rid of this board. It might have been contaminated. There was chicken business around.
You're at 18 minutes, Chef, according to the Doug.
According to the Doug.
We're good?
Yep.
All right, Doug, thanks a lot. Let's just go and...
Thank God for Doug.
I know. What the hell what would I do without you, Doug?
Well, last week, Doug, we ate some burnt bread, not going to lie. But it's because Chef didn't give you a heads up.
Did you even give Doug a test? Did he not have a basic math test?
I think Doug should come to Well Seasoned one day and pick up a little timer.
Timer is on us.
Yes, come by Well Seasoned, Doug. We'll have a timer here for you.
All right, now my chicken is grilling. Oh, I'm going to give the secret away. I'm not happy about it.
Oh, this is it. This
This
is
is
like
it.
the ultimate pro tip. So, I promised Sarah earlier that this potato recipe was going to be a game changer for her. But Sarah, I hope you're paying attention for the tzatziki.
Oh no, we shouldn't turn that on. I'll just smoke. Again, once you take your vegetables and you coat it with yogurt, you're not going to be able to season them. This was a game changer that was taught to me by a chef. I had this salad all my life. All my life. And when I always ate it, I'm like, something is off about this salad. It's not playing out. Like, it's the seasoning starts and stops. So I got a job at this brunch joint, and the first day I was making the cucumber salad with yogurt, which is technically a tzatziki. And he told me to season the cucumbers first, so that, you know, you're not eating a flavorsome yogurt, come to a cucumber and have a stop. And it sing in unison. So this is my trick. I take a pinch of salt, and I dress my cucumbers with it. Again, 2% of the weight.
So the cucumbers were grated, right?
Yeah.
So
And I want them as bruised as you want, because I want them juiced up. Because I'm going to take that juice and I'm going to season my yogurt with it.
So the cucumbers were done on a box grater.
Just a good old box grater, yeah?
Yeah, on the same side you would use to grate cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, cucumbers are tossed with salt and they're seasoned. Now, step number 2. I'm going to get all my herbs in there. Now, for herbs, anything goes. Just anything. Whatever you like. It's got to be soft herbs. So if you like cilantro, put some cilantro. Extra mint, and be generous with your herbs.
So when you say soft herbs, you mean no, like, rosemary?
You can if you fine chop it, but you just got to adjust, like you can't just take a sage leaf and jam it in there. Now you're eating really weird.
So what is your combination of herbs?
Today I have here is a mint, dill, and parsley. To this, I'm going to add lemon juice. Oh,
Whoa, that was aggressive.
You know, I get excited when I cook my own food. Own cuisine is what.
So is this the combination you used last week? The mint, parsley, and dill?
Yeah, you friends got this on your sets.
So this is the sort of classic combination.
It's not classic. It's literally like we just don't go out to the farmer's market again, because we always shop at farmer's market because it's
well-seasoned classic today.
Yeah. But again, as you can see, cucumbers started to juice up and everything looks so lovely. Now I have a super flavorsome part, and I am going to add my thick yogurt on it.
So when you say thick yogurt, Chef, are you talking about like a Greek-style yogurt? Or is that a strained yogurt? Because people want to know what to buy at the supermarket.
It is sold as in Greek-style yogurt in North America, yes. You're just going to go and buy the full-fat Greek yogurt wherever you can find.
The plain, not the vanilla. Don't use the vanilla yogurt here.
You do whatever the hell you want.
Don't use vanilla, it's weird.
Or the one with the berries in it.
Yeah.
Your guest, unless you want your guests back. Anyway, I'm going to turn my chicken. It's charred nicely on one side.
So if you live somewhere where you can't access the Greek yogurt, do you ever strain the yogurt, Chef? Have you done that?
Yeah, I've done everything.
For tzatziki?
You can, but not necessarily. It has to be thick. You know what I mean? But I know I can make 20 different varieties of tzatziki depending on the region. Because people just like take pride in their yogurt sauce. Because yogurt sauce is such a common thing to have on your table in the Mediterranean. Therefore, there is no rule to it. It could be loose. It could be if you're fortunate enough to find thick yogurt like this, It could be thick. This is more of a table staple rather than an actual sauce or with a recipe. Now, this I'm going to taste. It is quite good. It needs more lemon juice. Yogurt can take a lot of lemon, just so you know. And another half a lemon juice.
Barb says lemons are on sale this week. So Barb,
Where?
stock up on lemons and juice them and freeze it into ice cube trays, and then you'll have all kinds of fresh lemon for your tzatziki all summer.
It is one of those greatest fruits, though, such a great convenience. It's available all worldwide, and there's wonderful varieties. Like if you could get, especially like bergamot, it is an excellent, excellent citrus. One more pinch of salt. There is an actual farm in Salt Spring Island that does grow citrus, fresh citrus. If you've never seen it, it's quite fascinating actually. They do passion fruit, they do key lime.
What?
They do,
On Salt Spring?
Yeah.
They're growing passion fruit?
yeah.
That's cool. I had no idea. I mean, it must be in some sort of greenhouse because it's not hot enough for long enough here.
I have no idea what they do, but they grow fresh citrus in
That's cool.
Salt Spring Island. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a big farm here in Abbotsford that grows fresh kiwis, and I'm always amazed at how
Yeah.
much they put out. But kiwi fruit,
Yeah, it's an awkward one. It just they actually grow kiwis in the northern part of Turkey too. Now, with your tzatziki or cacık, you want full on savory. You do not want any sweet accents in this. So, no sugar, please. And you want to go push your limit as exciting as it could be. You know, when I was a kid, I used to just like dip lemon into salt and bite into it.
Back in the 40s.
Back in, no, more like 20s. And that would just like give it like a little brain high to me, which, oh, okay, that's really, really tasty.
So here in the prairies where I grew up, we would do that with rhubarb. So we would dip raw rhubarb into in sugar, actually, and eat that. And it was that super intense, like...
And I still do it with rhubarb. I dip rhubarb in salt and eat it just to get back there. So from early ages, early being like 2-3 years old, I developed this acid and salt relationship. So I know how to push it. So just try adding a little bit more and a little bit more, where it sinks that it goes to your brain and it goes like, okay, that is savory and that's super forward.
So fresh rhubarb should be around next week, Chef. I'm excited for that.
We should do something with it.
Yes, we will, as soon as it's available.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I've seen it in the bakeries.
It's available now, but not very commonly. So next week it'll be out.
I know people.
Apparently not, because I asked you to get some this week, but...
No, you didn't. Tough crowd. So,
Tough crowd is right.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to taste a vegetable, probably a tomato in my salad. Oh my God. That's quite good.
Ooh, Doug says have some green transparent apples with some salt.
What is that? Oh!
Have you had a transparent apple, Chef?
What the hell is a transparent apple?
So it's an apple that is grown locally on a tree, obviously, but they're quite small, and they're the best apples for applesauce. So they call them a transparent apple because the skin is basically transparent. Doug might have a tree. That's how he knows about them.
Doug, you're a fascinating man. I like it, Doug. Timer and the tree.
So Doug, if you have a transparent tree that is producing apples and you'd like to part with some, if you bring some apples down to Well Seasoned, we will turn them into something and we will share with you. That's kind of our general rule here. If you show up at our back door with food from your garden in a significant quantity, we're happy to turn it into something and then share it with you.
I'm assuming she's going to do all the work.
I will. Don't worry about it.
Good.
So Barb says she's already got rhubarb, so that's good. Barb, same goes for you. If you want to bring some rhubarb down here, there might be a pie in your future.
That's not my department. Bring it, Barb. All right, so let's finish the potato salad. Now, in my potatoes, I have these lovely, lovely. Well, the handle is quite hot, so let me not burn
Chef,
myself.
Doug's going to bring you down some apples.
All right, Doug, grab a bottle of bourbon too. We'll have a party at work.
Don't bring bourbon, Doug. Don't.
I'll bring the bourbon.
Oh, boy.
Mind my mom. So, our potatoes are super soft and nicely caramelized. So it goes
So
in.
how long did that take? Doug, what was the time on the potatoes?
22 minutes.
Oh.
Okay. Now, I have really nicely caramelized lemon bits here. They're actually quite crunchy, and some of them are like slightly charred, which is great because lemon chars exceptionally. Okay. Now, I'm going to taste the base. This needs a nice pinch of salt.
So this would obviously work on a sheet pan in the oven if you were cooking for more than a couple people with your potatoes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's get a little plate to bail out our done chicken skewers. Now, to these potatoes, also, I would like to add a tad of olive oil, make it nice and shiny, and chopped herbs. Aegean cuisine relies on a lot of herbage because it grows everywhere like weed. So we just take advantage of it. Arugula is an invasive species, just so you know. It's not like it's something that we grow. Like at some point, arugula's price was way over the top.
It's the most expensive invasive species
In
around.
North America.
Yeah.
In my backyard, we're like, all right. Okay, so that's almost done. This one is done. This one has got a softie.
Wow, Doug also grows peaches. Doug, you can hang out here anytime you want.
All right. Make sure your chicken is cooked. You don't really want to, you know.
And you'll know that if you use a meat thermometer at home. If you're not an experienced cook, you can
Come
check
and buy one.
Yeah, you can check the doneness of your chicken with a meat thermometer,
Absolutely.
especially if you're barbecuing. Because let's face it, you've probably had a beverage or two. You don't want
you
to.
can't beat science. What's like? I know feeling is so cool, but you can't beat science. Like you just can't. It just doesn't work that way.
What? Run one steak and lose more than the cost of a thermometer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be able to just have perfect meat for the rest of your life, well, that's a good deal. My salad is ready. I'm gonna add again not a handful, but whole mint leaves and parsley and everything. Not a whole lot of, and a nice glug of olive oil. And be generous with olive oil because at the end of the meal, you're gonna grab your bread and you're gonna mop this whole thing up. And this is called a Greek salad, but I call it my juicy salad.
So when you're talking about bread, Chef, typically when you go to a Greek restaurant for a meal like this, you'd get pita on the side. Do you have a bread preference?
Yeah, baguette. That's
A
what
baguette?
we eat. That's what everybody eats there. Belgian looking, like a French style baguette, not the long and skinny one, but a short and a fat one.
I think that's called a Langley style baguette. Oh no, never mind. That's at my house.
Ooh, she's on fire today. All right, let's get the booze off the lady, please. And I'm going to turn this off. There is enough heat there to finish cooking. Are you ready to try this, Angie?
I'm excited. Although I ate this last weekend, I'm excited for an instant replay.
If you don't, I'll eat it happily.
Hey, Melanie's still here. Mel finished work. The store's closed. Mel's having a glass of wine. And
We're all
David's
getting
here.
wasted as well.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
kidding.
basically
I'm
wasted.
kidding. There is no customers here, so there is no service. We're closed, so that waives our liability.
Well, Mel's sitting over there by herself. David's in the corner by himself, so nobody's at risk currently.
And we're all vaccinated.
No, we're not all vaccinated. David and Dennis are vaccinated. Mel, are you vaccinated? Not yet. Mel and I are vaccinated by Rosé.
Okay. Okay. All right, so normally you wouldn't plate this, okay? We never eat plated food in the Mediterranean because it's weird. we always just bring everything to the table, and nobody's on time anyway, so we just usually sit around, everybody grabs whatever room temperature stuff is, and then I use my hands, if you don't mind, but David, you're not on your diet, are you?
No, I'm good to go.
Us. I'm going to cut this patat in half. So we have then all this burnt lemon. Just like a little garnish on top of it. And parsley Italian. Okay.
So fancy.
It is fancy because it was plated. I usually don't serve plated food in my caterings. That's a deal breaker for me. Because you can do a 200 wedding with 2 cooks easily if you're doing family style. If you're plating it, you need at least 6 to 8 cooks because you have to get things out in time. That's very costly. So anyway,
Well,
as a
nobody's getting
technical
married tonight, thankfully.
pro tip for you.
You're full of it tonight. I mean, full of pro tips tonight.
I'm a professional. That's right.
You're something.
I'm all right.
All right, so Sarah, what did you think of the tzatziki? Is this different than what you...
Friends, we're just going in the oven for
used
a
to?
second.
Sarah, I'm curious about the potato and the tzatziki situation for you. Sarah is, for those of you who don't know Sarah, which is likely most of you, if not all of you, Sarah is a professional cook. She lives in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and she joins us regularly, and she sells her food locally in Saskatchewan, but she also makes our fruitcake. Sarah is the maker of all of our Christmas fruitcake, and she makes some beautiful preserved fruit that we sell here. She does like boozy Saskatoons that we sell that are amazing in cocktails. So Sarah's a very accomplished cook, and she was curious tonight about, I promised her the potatoes would be interesting, but she was curious about the, I think the roasted lemon with these potatoes for me is really like the most interesting part of it, because so many restaurants, every recipe I've seen has the lemon juice on the potato, but they don't use the whole lemon.
Because they're afraid of the whole bitterness of the lemon, but that bitterness is an accent. It's a wonderful accent too. I don't know why people are so uptight about it.
But you don't have the same level of bitterness when the lemon's roasted. The roasting completely tones that down. And so I think people miss that piece.
Yeah, but also like bitters in cooking is an accent, and I think it's a wonderful accent. You go to cocktail bar and pay $20 a cocktail to get those bitters.
Yeah.
So don't. I know things are changing. You know, my salad is here. I'm just going to finish it with a little bit of feta cheese. This is a move that you can do if you're fortunate enough in the Mediterranean. If you're poor, you eat the cheese for what it is. You still get to eat the cheese.
So Sarah says she likes the idea of salting the cucumber before you're adding it to the yogurt, and she appreciates all the herbs. She says roasted lemon goes beyond just grilling it. So I guess Sarah's used to grilling the lemon.
Yeah.
Oh, Doug's asking about the feta. Doug, it just got added right now. And Barb, yes, you did have Sarah's fruitcake. She makes the fruitcakes we sell here at Christmas. So
She makes a mean fruitcake.
it is the best.
Which is a funny sounding sentence.
That is.
It's like one of my favorite sentences.
Oh, it's delicious. All right, let's serve. Angie, come on over.
All right, Dean. Hey, you know what? Let's send Mel in. Mel, grab a weapon. You're up.
Oh, no.
Here you go, Mel. Here's a... Oh, let me give you my microphone, Melanie. So for those of you who haven't met Melanie, you're in for a treat.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, this is Mel.
This is Mel. Mel's our store manager. Mel is our new store manager because Nikki's retiring. Damn you, Nikki.
This
Hello, Mel.
needs one more minute while Mel tastes the food.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry about that, guys. It'll be very fine on your grill. This is live. All right, Mel, come on over.
Now, I had this meal last weekend, and I brought it camping with me, and it was the bomb.
Really?
It was. heated it up in my trailer oven and on the barbecue.
Very hot now.
It was perfect.
I mean, it's such a nice light thing to eat. It's just a wonderful, wonderful.
Oh my God, Dennis.
That's good, right? I'll pop it in. Actually, why am I giving it? I'm just like, sorry, I'm too excited right now.
It's amazing.
That's good.
Did you try the spuds?
I'm going to try them right now.
All right. For me, I think the potatoes were the real, like, wow moment, like my aha moment were the potatoes. Because I love the Greek style potatoes, but I've only ever had them hot. And I had them the next day left over, cold, and they were so good, if not better.
So what happens is acidity curves with heat. So as soon as it comes out of the oven, when you dress it, it is where it's at the peak.
Yeah.
If you have it the next day, I would put an extra squeeze of lemon juice on top just to get that accent.
Brighten it up again.
Yeah, yeah. Because as things sit in the fridge, things get slightly complex, unified but more smooth. So happy?
Amazing.
Awesome. Grab the plate.
Oh, thank
Go
you, Dennis.
to town, of course. All right. Now this is Angie's
Okay.
turn.
So, Chef, I don't need my mask, and I need my mic. Thanks, Mel. Thank you.
Watch yourself.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
I'm going back
Um,
in, and I'm going to finish it here.
Sorry. So,
Woo!
if you were cooking this on the barbecue, same idea, right? You're just grilling the
Yeah,
skewers
yeah.
instead of in the oven.
Exactly.
So,
Or you can put it on your broiler. It works.
yeah, or like a medium-high barbecue. These will do really well. You want to make sure that you're not getting a ton of the marinade on the barbecue because you'll get flare-ups from the flames, and they could.
Moisture and heat, especially in excess.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it'll
I
burn
agree.
up your skewers for sure. I am not a huge proponent of soaking the skewers before you grill.
Burnt skewers. It looks so cool.
It does look nice, but a lot of people can't control the flame on the barbecue. So they get this stuff that is like, okay, Stacy, I'm not talking about you if you're joining us tonight, because I know you have mad barbecue skills, but Stacy, you need to learn how to cook on indirect heat. So people will put this over on their barbecue, like a really dry wooden skewer, and it like burns up in 2 seconds because the barbecue, they've got the oil from the marinade dripping off into the grill, and and the dry skewer catches fire. It's a shitstorm. Let's just be honest. It's not a good situation.
I don't mind. I love that.
But
burnt
you
bits.
can control the flame on your grill. So
No,
if you're
but
not
even
comfortable
when if
doing
it's
that,
burnt, it looks so rustic and awesome. It's just like my mom is cooking all over again.
rustic. So if you're not comfortable doing that on your barbecue, if you don't have a ton of experience controlling the flame on your grill when you're cooking with something that's in an oil-based marinade, then cook on indirect heat. So have the heat over here, your skewers on this side, so that you've got this really delicious sort of heat flame going on. But when you close the lid of your barbecue, it's almost like a convection oven. So it'll cook the skewer without the fire, the flames underneath it until you want the flames. And then put the gas back on under the chicken, and then you get these beautiful grill marks, and you get that really great like char grilled kind of flavor without lighting the world on fire. Stacy, I'm talking to you. So
I want to know the story, but in the next episode, not now. We're out of time.
there was an incident this week with Stacy, but that's another story. So anyhow, we're going to talk at some point about flame management in your barbecue.
We're gonna talk, Stacy.
Yeah. So next week, this is delicious. I can't wait to dig into this. I'm like, my mouth is watering right now. Next week, we have a sponsor for our cooking segment next Thursday night. We're working with our friends from Ahi. So, do you know this product?
Yeah, I met the person.
The husband?
The husband
Yeah,
behind
Carlos.
it. I haven't had the product. I will have it tomorrow. I just received it
Yeah.
this week.
So Diana Biagi, her name is hard for me, but they're this amazing family who came from South America. They immigrated from South America. She makes this amazing product called ají, and ají is like this.
A chili.
Yeah, it's like a chili condiment kind of thing that you mash into avocados to make a really wicked guacamole. But they've expanded their line, and they're a really amazing local company, a really great family. So we're excited to work with them next week. So Thursday night, we'll be cooking with ahi here in our kitchen.
Which I have before in the older Medina days. I use ahi vinaigrettes and this.
Yeah,
and that.
it's
But
a
that was the chili.
great
This
product.
is the company. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a great product.
So hopefully you'll join us here next Thursday. Thank you guys so much again for your support and for signing up for these classes. It means a lot to me personally. He gets paid one way or another, but David works for free. David works for Chicken Skewers apparently, and so does Melanie now. Who knew? So
man,
thank you
rules,
so
new
much
rules in
for
the plan.
joining us tonight. And thank you to Lynette for the delicious wine. This really was spectacular rosé. So next week we'll see you here Thursday night, 5:30? Yeah, 5:30, right here. So sign up now and we'll see you here next week. Cheers to everybody. Have a great week.